Welcome, everybody. This is TJ and Todd Rowe for episode 3 of the Roe Knows Best podcast. All systems seem to be going. For those that, well, there's no way you could know. We are also recording this live on TikTok right now. So for our 4 viewers, you're going to get a little sneak peek into what is. And
Yeah.
we have a little list of things we want to talk about. But let's just start it off, man. Recap the week, dude. What did you do this week?
This week, school's out, so my job's really slowed down. There's actually not a whole lot going on right now. We got a bunch of people calling in to do like some different testing and everything and all that stuff. So I've helped out with DEXAs, RMRs, which stands for resting metabolic rate. We were supposed to do a VO2, but the lady had to cancel because she couldn't get childcare for the morning to sneak away. Really, other than that, just getting things kind of set up so that when I kind of phase out here at the end of the month, they're not up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, hopefully. But so yeah, that's really about all for me.
No, last week, just it's that time of year where construction starts booming, and I have my real job of that people pay me to do, and then I have the whiskey business that you know costs money, and then I have the cows, that you're gonna get someday, and that'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
your problem.
Yeah.
you know all of them. Just
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, it's gonna be like given to you, and you can't sell them for 10 years, and yeah. So
You
what
have
are
to
you gonna
write a
do?
hell of a legal contract.
What?
Hell of a legal contract.
Yeah,
Great day to
yeah.
buy cattle. Dollar a
Yeah.
head.
No, it's all good. But no, busy construction week. We're kicking up a holidays coming along here. That means the whiskey business is, gonna do well in sales, and people buy lots of products. So I anticipate refilling orders and that kind of stuff. So yeah, all good, man. Work's work. No job is perfect, but um, staying with it. Got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Got a
Make
wedding coming
money.
up. So
Yeah.
your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So how
Here,
are we
yeah.
gonna work the podcast on the week that you're gone? You gonna remote connect from New Guinea or wherever the hell you guys
Oh,
are going?
Salt Lake City. Oh no. Oh, okay. Because I'm gone the week before the wedding too. I'm in Salt Lake City for an annual meeting for with Dr. Munger for ACSM. But no, that week, yeah. Either if I can bring my computer, but if I can also, I can probably just take my. Ashley likes the color on my iPad, and we're gonna bring it for the airport. So
I see.
probably just bring it then.
Yeah. I gotta wait once. Hey, Will, can you still hear TJ pretty well? It's not your problem, TJ.
Yeah.
It's just I'm trying to let them hear you on this, and uh, I can barely hear you.
Am I through your headset or?
Going to the computer because my phone's underneath, and that way they
Yeah.
can hear you talking.
Yeah.
So I can hear you now. I just need to
Yeah.
listen. So
Yeah.
no, I kind of made that outline for you to look over.
Mhm.
Something that's really big, and I want to talk about it with you, especially someone
Mhm.
that's in the sports science world, and I think has a lot of input on this. Is so GLP-1s are like taking over the internet. I mean, I don't know if it can sense that I'm fat or what, but my feed is like, you should be on this,
Yeah.
$150 a month. Here's your fat shot. And then, but so I kind of got interested in it, and I kind of went down a rabbit hole, and GLP-1 has affected the industry, not just a weight loss program. People that are on GLP-1 tend not to drink as much. Their goal is to become fit again and
Mhm.
to look good again, and so they're not eating out as
Mhm.
much. Grocery stores are seeing the effects of it because chip sales, crap food, things that you eat when you're not on the diet, Um,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a store owner in Gothenburg, the Fresh Seasons, and he says he went to a food conference, and that's where they do all like their bulk buying for the next year and all this stuff. He's like, the whole dynamic has changed. Like, there's studies being done on how they're doing things and not buying this much stuff that, sold out before. Cottage cheese is through the roof. They can't make it fast enough,
Yeah.
because every recipe you see on the internet is
And
about
yeah, protein kick.
protein.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, from someone that I consider pretty versed in the health world, and you lift every day, and
Mm-hmm.
you know how to meal prep and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on the GLP-1?
I I don't think it's a bad thing. I think like almost everything else, as humans, it seems like a get out of jail free card, and that's what bothers me and everything, And so, like, I mean, I'll just kind of walk you through like a chronological timeline, right? Of like when I first blew up, right? It was all over and everything, And I watch Peacock because it's one of the only streaming services that has The Office still. And I thought it was wild how it can be on commercials now and everything, And I used to be very anti, like, oh, it's just the easy way out. Yeah, you don't want to go for a walk, you don't want to go do this, and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's right. I mean, whether you're six pack abs, diced as an onion, or you're morbidly obese and can't even stand up on your own, everybody knows
Easy,
you should exercise.
easy
No, no,
bucket.
you're not 600 pounds. Like like you can't, you literally can't even move and everything and all that stuff. Like, just talking about the spectrum of it, right? Everybody knows eat whole foods, exercise. It's not new information, Everybody knows. Hey, I should probably eat more fruits and veggies and some
Yeah,
protein and
that's fair.
it's not. And then this comes along and it's like, oh, okay, but when then my thing is it's not just like, I understand, people they do have a lot of excess fat tissue on their body, right, and everything, and it is going to cut through that. But what it's also doing, that I don't think a lot of people, that unless you have an understanding of what it does, is it's also cutting lean tissue and everything. It's just tissue, and whether that's from, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I don't have a deep background in this and everything, but I don't know if the muscle loss is a direct cause of the GLPs and all their different forms and everything, or if it's my honest to God hypothesis is it's a byproduct of, well, I'm not as hungry, so I don't really eat as much anymore and everything, and that alone's probably not enough to meet what your body needs just to sustain that body weight, that muscle mass, that fat, and everything.
It's like a starvation diet.
Whether you just don't feel hungry. So if you don't feel hungry, you're not going to eat and everything and all that stuff. And it's just as simple as that. But even it takes energy to keep muscle
Yeah.
on your frame and everything. Like at UNK, I constantly get people. I don't know if I could probably say, and yeah, I don't think it matters and everything. We're not big enough yet. We'll
Yeah.
get there someday. We can't name drop, but when I'm working with people and everything, right? I'm constantly saying like, hey, when we lose weight, it's not easy to keep all the muscle mass on and everything. When we want to lose weight, we want to lose the fat mass. That's what we want to lose and everything, And we keep muscle mass with straining the muscles, putting a stressor on it and everything, a stimulus of some sort, and that's through working out, whatever form, and and everything and all that stuff. So I think it's just probably more of a byproduct of they didn't work out before they were on the GLP-1, then they got on it, and now they're not as hungry, and they're not working out, and so it's just putting them. But again, like then kind of talking about where my mind frame kind of flipped on it is we're talking about it in class in my senior year, and the true nature why like it was initially I think pumped into why we use it is people are so overweight, and they call it like the tipping point. If you have like a triangle on top of a point and everything, it's just stuck here, and then finally gets enough momentum, and then that triangle falls off and everything. When people are so overweight and they're so so much fat mass, crazy high body fat percentage, so unhealthy, just losing that 5-10% and everything, starts the snowball, and then you can start doing things. But then, I mean, to my understanding, it's one of those things where it's not like you can just hop on the shot for 6 months, get off, and be fine and everything. It's the
That's the
same
one
thing.
thing, my it's a forever medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It changes, like some of the research we did here for this outline, it's an appetite suppression. It slows the stomach emptying, and helps with blood sugar regulation. Um, but you're substituting what the body naturally can do. It's, no
Yeah.
different than heroin. If
Mm-hmm.
if you give yourself heroin for your dopamine fix, your body stops making dopamine naturally, and you rely heavily on the synthetic form, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, and I think, and I guess I can't neither confirm nor deny that. I mean, I'm not, but like my thing is, it's I think
you
of
never
it as
done
like a
heroin?
threshold. No, I've never done it.
You're
Never
telling me
dabbled.
right
Haven't
now
got
you've
there.
never done
Yeah,
heroin?
haven't got there yet. TBD on
You
that
know, when I
topic.
was doing heroin,
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? I forgot. You can keep.
no,
You can.
it's all good. The one thing I want to get into though is, so the GLP-1 medicines were originally studied and made to help with type 2 diabetes. And now, because it's so effective in weight loss, and that's inevitably what it helps with diabetes, is it
Mm-hmm.
helps you manage and regulate how you absorb calories and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which helps with blood sugar. Now, people with diabetes sometimes can't afford to be put on the GLP-1 because there's such a value for weight loss that
Mm-hmm.
people are paying a premium
Yeah.
for their GLP-1s because for weight loss, for just that. It used to
Yeah.
be stomach surgeries and the zipper thing and all.
Yeah.
Now it can be
Mm-hmm.
GLP-1. So honest to God, my insurance, because I'm on the fat shot, I'm on a low dose for it for my diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's my insurance company almost haggled with me to put me on it for diabetic purposes, because if it's used for um, cosmetic purposes, they won't cover it. But I am
Oh yeah.
diabetic,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm diabetic because I'm fat. And so,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But
So, you know, I don't know. I feel like that we're torn, and President Trump came out with this thing that if you're on Medicaid or Medicare or whatever, um, you automatically qualify for it. It's free, but there's people that pay $600, $1,000 a month, and they're diabetic because their insurance won't cover it, and the price won't go down because there's just too much money being made at a higher level.
well,
And
yeah. I
I,
mean,
I think that's criminal. I
yeah.
mean,
No, I think it's like a lot of other things. I mean, there's a bunch of different things, right? I think, right, it came out as this, but then like, hey, we actually found out it does, have this effect or can do this and everything and all that stuff, and then it's just taken. I mean, I don't know if this is harsh, just out of proportion. It's like, all right, hey, we did this to do this, but like, really, hey, there's a market here and everything, and whether
yeah.
you want to consider it evil, I mean, at the end of
I
the
mean,
day, like, right?
capitalism is a good thing. I'm not saying that, I get it. If you make something, you want to get paid, you can sit at home, be broke. I get that. But, diabetes is one of the leading causes of,
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a statistic I just
no,
made
it's
up for the purposes of this podcast, but I know it's a
well,
big one.
it's a yeah, it's up there. It's top five. It might be Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore of things that are knocking people out earlier than they should be, and everything. But well, a couple things I want to touch on. You're talking about like the food convention, right, and everything, and how the dynamics change, and now they're pumping
Yeah.
millions and millions of dollars into research and everything. Uh, the smoking industry, right? And there's a day, obviously, way before my time, way before your time, even, right, where a doctor smoked in the office and everything. And if you had headaches, and they made cigarettes for females and all that
Yeah.
stuff and everything, then they were like, well, that's pretty bad, and everything. Well, it was talking, we found out that ain't good, and
Well,
so
all right. I mean, this is a little, that's what this whole thing's about, is talking however we want to talk. But, you know, the leading cause of death is diabetes, but no one's going in and shutting down McDonald's. you know no one's going in and shutting down Burger King, because they're big money. It's so, there's 100 things you could say about what's causing people to be overweight and stuff. A lot of it's choice. We live in a society that allows us to be extremely lazy and still be successful, you know
yeah.
but
No, I'm just looking up
now we're
the
kind of beating
different
this
things.
horse to
So
death. But speaking of eating habits and snacks, go ahead and tell them about our this week's sponsor, TJ.
Yeah, so this week's sponsor is the Brady Get and Go right here in Brady, Nebraska, and it is owned by Jeff and Nicole Miller. If you're local, you already know of this place. Whether you need fuel, snacks, drinks, pizza, quick groceries, or honestly just about anything in a hurry, they've got you covered. And I'll say this too: they've also got some of the best prices around in Lazy RW Distillery whiskey, which obviously makes them pretty smart people and everything, you know. So. But seriously, Jeff and Nicole do a great job supporting the community and small businesses around here, and we appreciate their support. What Dad and I are building here with the podcast. So next time you're rolling through Brady, stop into the Brady Get and Go and get what you need, and tell them Roe Knows Best sent you.
And I tell you what, if you go in there and tell them Roe Knows Best sent you,
Mm-hmm.
it won't get you shit. But we're very happy that you said that.
Yeah. No. Kind of a script, you know.
Damn thing. No. Jeff and Nicole are family friends. You know, there's been a plethora of different owners of the Get and Go since I've, you know, grown up in Brady, and even TJ since you lived in Brady back when you lived here. They do a fantastic job. They're huge supporters of Lazy RW whiskey, and we one of the best places around to get it, like TJ said. So big thank you out to Jeff and Nicole for supporting what we're doing, and appreciate the hell out of them. Moving on. Let me see here what I decided to write about.
No, you're good. Is it next one is the shortcut or the legit tool? But I mean, I kind of already touched on that. But the one thing it was kind of just finishing up what I was saying before we talked about the Get and Go. Kind of spurring off, and I was saying, you're right, all the millions of dollars people spend into food, and how the food industry kind of, like, if you look at it, it's almost like a copycat of how cigarettes were marketed and how they spend all this money and everything, you know, now into chips. And, you know, there's a reason Doritos crunch in your mouth when you bite. There's a reason Cheeto Puffs dissolve right away and everything, you know. They've spent millions and millions of dollars to get you to buy more Cheetos, do these different things, right, and all that stuff. What I think really... people, you know, like I said, people know, right? Exercise, eat good foods. People know all these different things and all that stuff, you know. But there's such a psychological or a behavioral aspect to gaining weight and everything. Like I'm an all or nothing eater and everything. Like I bought Ashley hot Funyuns because they didn't have her chip that she wanted for lunches this week when I went grocery shopping and everything, you know. That bag's fucking gone. So let's just be frank. And I got home from Hy-Vee at 4.
Well,
like
I
can't.
About 3 pounds of puppy chow.
Yeah, and like, you know, and living 2 blocks away from a Casey's with
put a hurting on that
yeah,
shit.
It's a bad fucking day when they see me walking in and everything.
No, it's not a bad day for them. They're like,
they're
break out the 5-gallon bucket of puppy chow. TJ's here.
But
hey,
no,
so
like
this is a great part. This rapid fire question. I want to ask him to you, and then maybe you can ask him to me. Would that be cool?
I'm trying to find
the rapid fire questions I got.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Firing out of cannon here, TJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at them. So you want me to fire them at you?
No,
first?
I was gonna ask you them, and then you could ask me them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So,
best unhealthy food in your opinion?
Puppy chow. Not even fucking close.
Hands fucking down.
Just whatever Casey's has got going on at that fine fucking establishment. They have the perfect mixture of chocolate, powdered sugar, and peanut butter.
So when did the Scotcheroos get second tier? Because when you were growing up,
yeah, those are really good
put
too.
A mean fucking hurting on some Scotcheroos.
Mrs. Shaw, bless her soul. I think she just kept a batch around because, I mean, right, you know, obviously we were neighbors.
She just enjoyed you eating them.
Oh, dude.
What's the hardest thing for you to give up, food-wise?
Food-wise?
Puppy chow.
No. Hardest thing to give up.
It can be general, too. It can be general.
I would say, like, the hardest that I have to, like, I really have to, like, structure myself. I'm a grazer. I just, you know, and everything. Yeah. Like, if I'm bored, it's a bad day to beat calories.
Fridge be damned.
I don't discriminate between protein, carbs, and fat. It's all getting fucking eaten.
Isn't it kind of funny? Like a true grazer like ourselves, we can go to the fridge once, open the door, not see a damn thing in there we want, but by past 3, we've put together an edible something that we could pull out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Most overrated health trend. I know you're not that old, but
Mm-hmm.
you're in this world. You live in this
Mm-hmm.
world. Most overrated health trend.
You kind of talked about it earlier, hinted at it, brought it up. I think the whole kick of protein everything. I think
What?
that's ridiculous. The protein everything, blending up,
Oh yeah.
cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, and a couple weeks ago, one of our friends we did brunch and everything, and we're gonna have a breakfast scrambler. So we had potatoes and all the good stuff, right, and everything, and then cinnamon rolls. And in my mind, I was like, dude, I'm gonna go hammer fucking cinnamon rolls. And then we get there and we're cooking and everything, and she's like, "Yeah, I found it on TikTok. It's like a high protein cinnamon roll." And I was like,
Yeah.
"That's fucking
Well,
ridiculous." That
yeah.
that's and
That's
I
where
get
the
it.
cottage cheese comes in, my
Yeah,
friend.
gross. It's fucking terrible. Anybody who sat down is like the best new high protein snack. You're not gonna go the next week without it. And it's like some brownie mixture,
Yeah.
concrete that they poured out of a bag and put water in, and somehow we can eat it. And then you
Yeah.
go and have
I see them all the time on TikTok.
Betty
Where they're like,
Crocker,
yeah,
the
the fuck or suck
fudge. Oh
series.
my,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like I actually
Yeah.
tell the truth. Does it, does it
Yeah.
hit or does it miss? And it's like they're just trying to get views too. No, they all suck. Good to sweet treats have carbs and fat and a lot of them.
All right. Diet or exercise more important in your humble opinion? Not in
Diet,
combination. You're
diet,
on a cliff here, dude.
diet. You can't outwork a bad diet. You never will.
Can't outwork a what?
A bad, you
A bad
cannot
diet.
outwork
I see what
a
you're
bad
saying.
diet.
What about, okay, so those professional eating Chinese people that are like the size of a damn
Yeah.
toothpick?
Hmm.
How are they not morbidly obese?
They don't eat like that all the time. Like those professional eaters and everything,
No.
it's just when they eat it's little bits, or it's like they're what is it? OMAD, one meal a day or something, like they just whatever works for them. But there's also some professional eaters that are just little tubbies and everything.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Best gas station snack tip for you. Now, you can choose to go healthy and give advice here, or we can say what we know you're thinking.
I can do both. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I do love but I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a sucker for like tornadoes. If you,
Those little
those
with the
like
meat and the
taquitos,
tortilla.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
grab a little
I've
thing
been
of picante and
yeah, I've been known
you're
to absolutely annihilate a few, but I'd say, or I wouldn't say this is probably the best. I could probably come up with a better option, but something that I actually started doing that's really good for like a hack, and it kind of is a little hypocritical of me, I guess. But you take a Ghost energy drink and a vanilla core power,
yeah.
and you get a cup of ice, and you pour your energy drink in, and then top off until it's full with the core power. Finish the protein drink, but then when you drink the core power and the Ghost together, it's like a creamsicle, but it's
Really?
really really low calorie. It's actually really good.
Huh. All right, all right. Um, you obviously don't have to because you're fit, but would you ever take a GLP-1?
I think if I was at like that 400, 500, 600, and it's like it was ruining my lifestyle, and and I knew if I could know what I know now about that tipping point argument, I would.
And this one's kind of real similar to one you already said. You already told us the hardest thing to give up, but one food you could never quit.
I'm not gonna say food. I'm gonna say a macro, carbs, just in general, like pasta, pizza, rice,
That's a
potatoes.
very fair,
I
very
it's
smart answer.
yeah, that's that when and I'm like, and granted I don't ever have the want to be swimsuit ready and all that stuff.
Carbs are a huge
But
part of why you feel full, right?
what? No, I mean, yeah, yes. I'm gonna say yes and no because I'm gonna explain. So, as far as their satiating property, I don't think they have a huge role. It's like you eat like like processed food, you feel hungry like an hour later and everything. And there's different ones across the carbs and all that stuff that I don't think I'm qualified enough to talk about. Protein is the one that you really feel like. I mean, if I lined up 1,000 calories of carbs and 1,000 calories of protein, and I said, "Here's these two plates. Eat this one today. Eat this one tomorrow. Tell me which one." You're like, "That was tough." The protein's gonna kick your ass. It is and
Yeah,
everything. But
that makes sense.
and all those different things. But the one thing is, like with the whole protein and different things, is I do think people now also carbs is a huge role of like energy and feeling good and everything. I have so many friends that, like, I had a buddy who was telling me he's trying to cut down and everything right now. And he's like, I'm eating 2 grams per pound of body weight right now of protein and everything. I'm like, why? Like, all you do you just cut that down to, I'm a firm believer in point 0.8 is kind of where I like to sit, and the 1 gram per pound of body weight is kind of my upper, my maximum and everything. And that's area you can put into other macronutrients like carbs around pre and post training or different things, and be able to play with it and all that stuff, because if you're eating 2 grams per pound of body weight, I mean, I know carbs and protein have the same amount of calories per gram, but they play different roles in our body.
Yeah. No,
Our brain
I
runs
feel
off
you.
carbs.
I feel you. Well, your turn, man.
Yeah. What is your favorite or best unhealthy food?
Nachos, dude.
Oh
Give
yeah,
me a good plate of
yeah,
nachos.
yeah,
I mean, not the shitty cheese that all sticks all the nachos together. I mean, that's like a garnish. I want like out of the can concession stand nacho
yeah,
cheese that's probably not even really
yeah.
cheese,
Hmm.
a good quality taco meat,
Yeah.
black
Pickled
olives, tomatoes,
jalapenos.
lettuce, salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's my I would argue that that's not healthy, but it's not, I don't think.
No, it's not, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put that. But God, sorry, that made me laugh a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna reframe this one and everything, not to put you on black. So with the diabetes and everything, diabetes wise, what's the hardest thing you've had to give up or change about your diet and eating
So,
habits?
and I was thinking about that when you were answering because it has changed for me. So, before I stopped drinking, I'd never had a sweet tooth. I mean, I
Hmm.
would eat sweet shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Hmm.
not saying I was perfect. But like, I would eat food and then like forego dessert. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't interested. Oh, I don't need dessert. Like, to me, if a waitress said, you guys save rooms dessert, I was like, oh fuck no,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
uh, I have the worst sweet tooth now. I mean, it's
Hmm.
insatiable sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's bad.
Yeah. No, say
Yeah,
that's just,
according to all the books.
yeah. Yeah. No, not supported by the studies.
Yeah.
But all right. Across yours, I guess. I'm gonna reframe this one. Okay. Across your lifetime and everything you've seen and all that stuff,
Hmm.
what most overrated or what was like the biggest and then just died health trend that you saw?
The health trend.
Yeah.
So there was a time I wasn't very old that you used to be able to put this belt on yourself and shock the piss out of yourself for like a half an hour.
The
It was
ab
supposed to give
trainer?
you the abs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that was probably the dumbest I mean, it was big. I mean, it was on every infomercial. Every belt came out with a wider
Shape your
ab
abs
range.
and everything.
Just sit there and shock the piss out of yourself and
Yeah.
think, you'd be like, oh, that just burnt fat. That was the stupidest one I've ever I spent money on.
You
And
spent
then
money on
there
it?
was a pill one there where it basically just like I found every piece of bubble gum I'd ever eaten as a kid in like
Yeah.
2 days. I shit it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm gonna phrase this one a little bit and everything. Okay. Which one for you would be most difficult to either implement, or if you struggled to implement? Was it diet, or was it
Diet.
trying to get more physically active?
Diet
Physically
every
active.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm as active as I used to be. I've kind of broken my body a little bit. The older I
Hmm.
get, things start hurting, shoulders, hands, ankles, knees, all that stuff. But that we knew that was coming. But diet for me is the hardest thing because I've always eaten whatever I've wanted to. You
Yeah.
know, I've always worked,
Hmm.
physically blue collar type stuff. So, I always burnt the calories. I don't know if I don't know how you remember me growing up, but I was pretty lean and pretty
Hmm.
fit and pretty strong, so
Hmm.
I needed fuel. So
Yeah.
it never mattered what I ate.
Hmm. Yeah. All right, so I mean, I said snack. All right, you're gonna go. What's your gas station order? So there's got to be a drink, a main course, and then a snack.
Okay. The drink,
And what's the
white.
gas station?
Yep. White Monster.
Okay.
That's my favorite drink.
Yep.
Snack, Little Debbie double cream pie.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Not a single.
The
Fuck that
double.
dry shit.
Yeah.
I want the double.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to eat it the whole time and
Yeah.
fucking teeth hurt.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
And then food wise, I'm gonna have to go Casey's Pizza. I can't. I
Oh
can't.
fuck.
You
Oh
can't
my
fuck with
god.
that. I mean,
I've been a
you're
victim of their
lying
two
to
for six
yourself if
mega
you say that's
slices.
not phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But
And you
no,
know,
I was
I'm
gonna.
I'm I'm terrible because when I go in there, I'm hungry and I grab two pieces. One piece fills me up, and the other one is just pure guilt and jaw
Yeah.
power
But you're just
that
being
gets it down.
financially responsible. It's 2 for 6 if you get two. You know. So.
Exactly.
But no, okay. I was gonna say this too. I want to say this and everything because this will cause a heated debate. I think White Monster is grossly overhyped. I think they've built up this like shrine of like it's White Monster, and so like if you're against it, you know, it's like you're not, you know,
It's
it's
fair. It's fair in your statement of this. It's the first major drink that was sugar free
yeah, that was
that
actually
didn't
good.
taste like straight wombat piss. I mean, just grossness.
Yeah.
It didn't doesn't have the diet taste. It was the first
All right.
one that we were allowed to drink.
All
Now they've
right.
come up with all these sugar-free ones. Like Bang has one. Dude, I'm not shitting you. I know you've heard me say this, but for the sake of this podcast, I'm gonna say it. I drank one Bang one time and I fucking saw sound.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Dude, it
'Cause it's,
messed with my
yeah.
soul.
Mm-hmm.
And White Monsters don't do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just enough that I like them. So, and
Mm-hmm.
plus, you know, it's that's what they had back when they first came out. So that's what I got used to. And,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
fair.
but all these other flavors, I hate synthetic flavoring like banana and apple and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
even grape and strawberry. I
Yeah.
like the real flavors, but
Mm-hmm.
I hate synthetic flavor. It's
Yeah.
overdone, it's too much. And so,
Mm-hmm.
when you know they have wild berry blast,
Yeah. No, that's fair.
it tastes like wild berry piss.
Yeah.
So
No. See, I didn't really get into energy drinks until I was like probably like honestly at UNK. I mean, I'd have them and everything, you
yeah,
know, but like I remember Eric used to drink Amp growing up, and I
yeah.
was like, that guy's that
Well,
good.
I
I
mean,
never was a huge fan of
you were
Monster.
pretty
Like,
little. You were very little. I mean, still when I was with your mom, but uh, I got into Red Bull because I'd work nights. You know, I'd get
yeah,
out
mhm,
Builder's Warehouse at like 8. I'd go
mhm,
buy like 4 or 5 Red Bulls because that's about the only one.
yeah,
Rock Stars, if some of the older listeners
yeah.
remember, you know, the Rock Stars were huge then. But dude, I drank probably anywhere from 6 to a dozen of those a day for
Jesus,
about 2 months.
yeah,
Dude, it locked me up tighter than Fort Knox. Like
mhm,
absolutely constipated from my anus to the back of my throat.
yeah,
And it took medical attention to
yeah.
break that loose. That's
Fair
some,
enough.
you know, that's sharing knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Real ball
terrible.
knowledge. Yeah, but alrighty, no. So then again, I'm gonna rephrase it. Okay, what did you hope to get out of the GLP-1? Was it an attempt to act as an intervention for diabetes, or was it an attempt to help with
So
weight loss? Or
so there's guilt in taking it. You know, like I've let myself get out of shape or fat or you know whatever. So I had to get over that part of it. You know, I hid it. But the biggest thing that the reason I take it now pretty faithfully and the reason I make sure I take my dose when I'm supposed to once a week is I got put on insulin, you know, a long-term acting insulin and
mm-hmm,
a short-term acting insulin. I had to
mm-hmm,
monitor 3, 4 times a day, wear a thing on my arm, and that kind of woke me up. And so if GLP-1 is going to help me get rid of that and keep me around a little
mm-hmm.
longer, and you know,
Yeah,
that's pretty much the reason
mm-hmm.
why I'm on the
Yeah,
GLP-1. I'm on a lower dose, you know, but I mean, it
mm-hmm.
is what it is. I'll do whatever
Yeah,
the doctor puts me on, but
yeah,
get there and get back to my fighting weight. I want to be careful that I don't get too sexy because, you know, there comes a point where I need to live my life
yeah,
and
yeah. Can't be
I
beating them
just
off with a
I just
stick.
can't be signing autographs and
Yeah, signing booze and
blessing
babies.
babies.
Yeah.
I got to be me and
Hmm.
keep myself real. But I want to
No.
get about 275. I get down to 275 again, I'm gonna feel good.
Yeah. All right. So then, last one? What is one food that you'll never quit?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed, but yeah, that's fair.
You cannot not make. I know yours was carb, and that mine's a
Hmm.
starch carb type deal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
carb, yeah,
if you make mashed potatoes, I'm going to fucking eat them. You're
yeah,
not gonna make mashed potatoes for the kids and then say, "Here's your fucking chicken."
yeah,
Ever in my life, that's
yeah,
not gonna happen.
yeah.
Ever.
Well, but potatoes are real. It's a real
Baked
role
potatoes
player.
are a close second. A good
Yeah.
baked potato, not
Mm-hmm.
some I didn't put it in the microwave long enough, or it's been in the
Mm-hmm.
microwave too long,
Too
or
long.
some
Yeah.
shitty ass potato wedge that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So Ash and I tonight for dinner,
yeah,
we're trying to. I want to use this summer to just kind of push like my fitness level and everything, and then I'm actually gonna drop down to victim weight and like lean out because I'm gonna push for 200 pounds by my birthday next year. No, like start bulking again, but I want to kind of clean the slate and everything. So I was
so
going
all
through
right.
and kind of
I think
fixing
you need
our.
to talk about that though when we get done here, because I want to know how. I mean, and I didn't mean to interrupt your story. I want
Mm,
you to finish about,
mm,
but go ahead and finish your story, and I'll remember what I want to
yeah.
say here.
Okay. But no, it's just you said baked potato. So we had baked potatoes and everything's like baked, and microwave and all that stuff. No butter, no sour cream. Yeah, I just stick with me. We took cottage cheese and kind of mashed it into it and everything. Ground beef and then a little bit of sriracha. It was actually like really good, and like making it. I was like, oh yeah, so we're going out to eat tonight. Like this, we're gonna throw this away. And like I'm already picturing like I'm not gonna get her to go to Panera or Culver's, and everything. And she tried it because I was like, well, if she hates it, this makes my argument a lot easier to say, hey, let's go out to eat. And she's
Yeah.
like, it's actually really good. So then I sat down, made my plate. It was like not like. Yeah, I would eat it again. Like if you put me,
Really?
I'd eat it right now. Yeah, I'm
So
serious.
cottage cheese. So the TJ tater is a baked potato
Yeah, baked
cooked to
potato,
perfection,
no sour cream, no
but you
butter,
use cottage cheese.
cottage cheese, a healthy amount of cottage cheese,
Right.
and then you kind of mix it in, and it kind of
Right.
adds the creaminess and everything, a little
Yeah.
bit, and then just ground beef, season it however you like and everything, and then just drizzle sriracha on top and everything to your spice liking. And I'd even go, we didn't do it, but the recipe that Ashley actually found, they put honey on it, so it's kind of like that stinging sriracha. It was,
Sounds fucking gross.
but no, I'm not kidding you.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah.
So real quick, and not to push this too much further, but so is there a cliff note? Maybe that'd be another topic too. We can talk about how to drop down to like 165, like you said, but
Mm-hmm.
have a goal of 200. So
Mm-hmm.
is that just pure discipline and watch every calorie you take in, or what? How do you
No.
do that?
Well, okay. I mean, to me, again, like I hate this. This is gonna be a tangent. I hate like right when you get to like people that talk about like their expertise, right, and
Yeah,
everything.
but
They
I'm
go,
asking
it
you to,
depends,
so go nuts.
But like, so when I say it depends, like so I think of my goals. One, I don't. I don't want to live the lifestyle to be peeled like a banana 24/7. I don't know if I'm disciplined enough. That's just ridiculous. My fiance, the person who needs to love me and how I look and everything, doesn't have any want for me to be ripped and in all these different things. And so I think of my goals is I could get strict and everything, but my goal is not to get into speedo and go stand up there and flex my lats. My goal is I like to snatch and clean and jerk, and there's no benefit in my sport to being really necessarily super lean. And so it's like, but when I say clean the slate and everything, is right now I'm like 17% body fat. I'm not a super lean individual, and I never really have been. But I walk around right now probably about 173 in the morning. I'm a little lighter than I have been and all that stuff. I just kind of been trying to watch what I eat and all that stuff. But I could very easily walk around 180 if I went back to the TJ diet of just seafood, eat food. But with me, I would like to get to 200 pounds, and I don't want to start now and have the excess fat on my frame and then get to 200 and everything. So I call it cleaning, like my meal plan that I built for myself or reworked today and everything. It's just titled "Clean the Slate."
I
It's
see.
just, pushing the fitness level and
So
everything
there
and
is
all. And
so there is a plan. It's just not gonna. It's not
yeah, it's
like
not just
strict
dial
or
in.
life
Yeah,
changing
yeah, no, it's just,
situation.
yeah, it's just,
Because you guys
you know,
already meal prep just
yeah,
for your week already, right?
yeah,
Like it's
I
just
meal prep,
easier.
yeah, I meal
Budget
prep and
grocery shopping
everything,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
yeah, hmm
Yeah.
but
Well, no, that's awesome. So our last part of every segment, we try to do our marriage tip of the week, and I'll do this one this week. I got to thinking, marriage is mostly just learning. Not every conversation needs to become a full investigation, and so the reason I came up with this is because it's more for when I talk to my wife. You know,
mm,
if I say, TJ's home now, and she's like, I think
hmm
Jeff Foxworthy does a bit on it where, well, what did he do? Well, I don't know. He's home
yeah,
though.
yeah,
It's all like, where'd he go? I don't know, but he's home.
yeah,
And so, for the wives out there, just know that it's not intentional, but we don't gather information like we probably should. We get the nuts and bolts, and that's all we
hmm
focus on. So
yeah,
maybe this one isn't as funny as most are, but just know that every conversation can't be an investigation, or we will poorly perform
yeah,
most
yeah,
every damn time. I mean, are
mhm.
you any different, TJ?
No, I constantly, she's like, I'd be, Dad's doing, Dad did this, so why'd he do it? I don't know.
I don't
Oh, what'd you doing now? Well, he
know.
was doing this earlier though,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
everything.
So
I always actually, I'm very face value. Like it's like, oh, like,
yeah,
oh,
I'm
that's what's
100%
happening.
that way. Yeah,
You know,
I hear what I need to hear, so the conversation can be done.
yeah. Well,
That's just how
and
I am.
mine, like not even that. It's just I don't think it's like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, that happened, all right, and everything, or if there's different things, and or say it's tea or something like that, right? Like people say, oh, um, once I know the main drag, it's like, oh, all right,
Yeah,
that's what I
I'm
need to
done.
know.
Yep.
You know.
Well, I mean, this has been a fun one, TJ. I think the closing thought at the end of the day, there's no magic fix to weight loss. I mean, you've studied it for years now. You're still, and by no means, I mean, you're a lot closer to perfect than I am, but you got to do what's right for you. And big thanks to Jeff and Nicole Miller for sponsoring tonight's uh, podcast, and being big supporters of what we do. And
Hmm.
anything you want to add there, TJ? I'm ready to sign
No.
out.
Yeah. No, I think it's all just it's a game of moderation.
Yeah. All right. Well, till this will be posted. You guys will. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll tell the TikTok people, but we post on Wednesdays. We post late Tuesday night for Wednesdays. Um, you know, like and follow. We'll be on Spotify. We're on YouTube,
Hmm.
and one of these days,
Yeah.
TJ's
Just
gonna
yeah.
remember to give me his
Yeah.
Apple sign on.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But
I need to
we're
give
not
you.
gonna say it's this week.
Yeah.
We don't want to put that kind of pressure on him. Oh, good news!
Yeah.
Good news! Good news!
Hmm.
All three pants are hemmed and in our
There you go.
possession.
That's huge. There
So
we go. That's super
we
cool.
are good to go. All right. Well, happy listening to the podcast or whatever the
Yeah.
hell you do, and
Hmm.
appreciate you.
Yeah.